Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Bruno Maguno from the banks of the Schmuno. Guys, good evening, everybody. One of my children is downstairs trying to kill themselves with something. Evie, what are you doing? Right, well, you can't do it there. So, good evening. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Wally's World. I am back. I'm back in the land of internet reception. Well, I had internet reception. I just was on holidays. So, focus. So, I was on holidays. So, I was in Spain. I was in a place called Nerja in the Costa del Sol. It was lovely. It was really nice. No chainsaws, no axes, no bushcraft, no nothing. It was just a lot of swimming, a lot of swimming. I see if I can get some pictures up for you guys and post them up in the community section because I took my what is going on in this house? I took my my waterproof camera with me and I took some pictures. Guys, Mama Taz, you are very welcome. You're very, very welcome. I have a little bit something that is Roddy. How's it going, buddy? How are you getting on? I have a gift. I received a gift. It was in the post when I came home, and it is this. Now, there's not a lot of details with it. It just says it's from Ed, and I got a lovely note as well. I watched your live stream last Friday and was struck by your plans and dream for owning your own land. This book demonstrates what is possible if you take. I'm not sure what that is. A move away from the industrial farming and land management. It's a good read. Lots of poetry, a bit much for me. I hope you enjoy it. That aside, keep up the outstanding work. Educate our future generations. Ed. Thank you very much, Ed. Make yourself known, Ed. Let me know who it is in the comments, just in case it is somebody who has a different name. Okay. But thank you. I get a picture of it up and I'll put it into the community section. Guys, how is everybody doing? It is definitely feels like summer. Look, I'm going to turn off the light. I'm going to turn off my light. Okay, it's so bright outside. It's so bright outside. Check that out. Look, it is. It's 9:05. It's 9:05, and it is bright. We are getting into. Let's do a live down in Red Branch. That's the sort of territory we're getting in. Might even do one next week, which would be cool, wouldn't it? Go live from Red Branch. Might do that. Okay, so what has been going on? Brilliant, Roddy. Absolutely fantastic. Listen, you can PM me if you want to. You don't really have to, don't feel the need to discuss anything here. I am so PM me if you want, okay? But I just want to know how you're getting on, okay? I don't know if there is a cure for being Scottish. I'm not sure if there is or not, but I'm sure you guys are trying hard to figure it out. Hey, Bruno. So, this is what has been going on. Hey, Bruno, come up to say hello. Do you know why Bruno came up to say hello? Because he's concerned about Roddy. Here, look. Bruno, come up and say hello. There you go, Bruno. Yay. So, this is what is going on. Being Scottish, yes, I understand, Benjamin. I understand. This is what I have been up to. Nothing. Nothing. I came back from Spain on Tuesday evening. I went to my phone's doing stuff. I went to oh, Bruno, what's that? What? I don't know if that dragon's allowed upstairs. What have you got, Bruno? What is this? Is it your dragon? This is Bruno's Can I have it? Can I have it? Can I have it? Is it for me? Can I have it? Can I have it? Oh, good dog. This is Bruno's dragon. Ah, look at Bruno's dragon. This is his favorite toy in all the world. He doesn't destroy this. He had one of those really heavy-duty balls, and he tore it to pieces. Bruno, is this your dragon? Is this your favorite dragon? You haven't killed the squeaker yet? Oh, it's all covered in slabber. Well, I'll rub that on you. Do you want the dragon? You going to sit? Oh, give me that paw. Give me that paw. Down, 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 down. No. Down. No. Oh, good dog. Over. You're not going to be able to roll it over. Oh. Over. 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 Take the dragon. Go on, you big idiot. He's a big idiot. Oh, local petrol prices. Guys, I haven't put diesel into the truck in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I have half a tank. The last time I put half a tank into it, it cost me €80. I was talking to a boy yesterday, and he saw it somewhere at €2.26 a litre. I haven't even checked. I haven't even thought about it. I am afraid to go and get diesel. It's getting to the stage where I'm thinking to myself, right, all my work is going to have to stay within a 5 to 10 mile radius. That's it. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts. Bruno, play with me. Play with me. That's what he's saying. You can see his tail there. Look. It is crazy. What are you doing, Bruno? So I have done nothing. Poor Bruno was in kennels. I don't know how I really feel about it. Yes, Bruno's in the live stream. Now you dropped it down the other side of me. There's a wall here. There's a wall here. What are you going to do now? No, don't crawl over me. Don't crawl. That is him wagging his tail. That is shaking the camera, guys. I'm sorry. Bruno, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? No, come on, get off me. Get off me now. Stop wagging your tail. Oh, you're a good dog. Come on. No, down. Okay, so do you know, Mama Taz, that website did all the work for me. All I did was uploaded my designs. I have loads of designs, you see, because merch is something I've sort of been tipping around the edges of. And I tell you, it was you and Tasman that gave me the kick in the ass, because I had been meaning to do it. And what had happened, guys, is that I had actually come across, I don't know if you guys, if you are into YouTube and learning more about YouTube. I know we've discussed this. I know we discussed this in the past. I tell you what, Mama Taz, is that I was on Teespring, and I found it really difficult. So I remember a guy called Brian G. Johnson, who does videos about YouTube and how to make better YouTube videos and stuff like that. And I remember he was talking about this other company that he uses, right? And that's that one that I used. Now, let me tell you if I can find the name of it, guys. It's not coming in there. It's not coming in there. Updates. Oh, Jesus. What's it called? No. Leader. No. Leader. Bruno, will you stop? Okay, it's myspreadshop.co.uk. Okay, and basically all you do is, guys, is you just upload your merchandise, right? Or you upload your logo, right? You upload the logos or whatever you have, and what it does is you click select all, and it chooses all the different things for you, right? So you say select all, and it will put your logo on every t-shirt they sell, on every hat they sell, on every cup, and stuff like that. Okay. I don't know if it gives you as much pricing options for as Teespring does. As in Teespring, you really in Teespring you can set your price. Chippy, how's it going? You see, this is the thing. It's complicated. Bruno, come on then. Come on. It's complicated. And I found Teespring pricing was easier, so I could reduce the price to so that I make as little as possible from it, so that you guys get it cheaper. But then when I was doing it on this other one, I'm not even sure how it will work. I might end up going back to Teespring. Do you know what I mean? So the original link that that you guys were saying that didn't work, that was a Teespring link, and it wasn't working. The whole website was incredibly difficult to navigate. I was really struggling. Bruno, it was like having a German pointer sitting on your knees. It was wriggly, and it wasn't working properly, and bony and pointy, and Bruno, what are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? Jeannie Mac, guys. He stayed in kennels, Roddy. Bruno, what are you doing? Bruno, what are you doing? What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me, buddy? What are you doing? Shh. You're going to have to get down. There's no way you can fit on my knees. What are you doing? Oh, here, he's off in one tonight. I might do both, Mama. It's like £29 for a premium t-shirt. That's like $35. That is a lot of money for a t-shirt. Do you know what I mean? So I would say a t-shirt should cost 15 quid, £15, you know. So but I think even on Teespring you couldn't do a t-shirt that cheap, because you know. So for those of you who don't know, if you're wondering about the pricing and stuff, and why it works the way it works, basically if you set up one of these merchandise pages, it'll say, for example, the merchandise page charges 15 for the t-shirt. And this is for example, I'm not sure exactly. It's probably different for you, Mama Taz, as well. And what you do then is you set how much you want to make. So to put it very, very simply, if Teespring or whatever is taking $15 and I want $5, the t-shirt will cost $20. Okay. So that means that every t-shirt you buy, the company takes 15 and I would take 5. Okay. And then there would be shipping and stuff like that on top. But that's the basics, guys. That is the absolute basics. But you can adjust that on Teesprings. But on whatever you call that, on Spreadshop, my Spreadshop, I'm not sure how to do that yet. Yeah, it's hard enough to get around, isn't it, Mama? It's a little bit tricky, but I don't know whether or not it was me being tired from the flights and stuff like that, or if it was just a crappy internet day or what was going on. But I was just having so much bother with Teespring that I just went, you know what? But the thing about Teespring is that, Mama Taz, is that if Tasman gets up to 10,000 subscribers, you can have that Teespring banner across the bottom of his videos. So it's advertised. It links into your YouTube and everything like that. Well, Andrew, how's it going? So that is what... Pat, how's it going? You're very welcome. Guys, that is what has been going on in Wally's world. It has not been a very productive week. I was to home on Tuesday evening and straight back into work Wednesday, and then swimming on Wednesday as well. I was tree climbing today. I went down to Red Branch to shoot a couple of videos, ended up shooting none, ended up spending 3 hours trying to fix the parachute and stuff, and it just was not playing ball for me at all. Okay. you know, so it was just one of those things. Simon, you're very welcome, buddy. It was just one of these days, and it was like really sunny, and then it would lash rain, and really sunny, and then really windy. And I was up this little tree. It was only 8 inches at the bottom. I was about 20 foot up it, and it was like being on the mast of a ship. It was like this. Right. I'll be doing well if I don't puke. But it was good crack. It was good crack. I didn't record it or anything. I just wanted to get it done. I was a bit worried about it. But it is done, and hopefully, I won't have to do it again. Okay, so okay. Yes, so that is it. So we have made it to C in the ABC of chainsaw tools. We have made it to C. I haven't even checked the community section to see if you guys have come up with any groundbreaking ideas for C, and something that starts with C that is involved in firewood production. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Let me see. I cannot think. Anything? Anybody? Anything to add? Is there anything in firewood production? Any tools that begin with the letter C? Guys, obviously, we're going to talk about chaps, okay? Chainsaw chaps. No, we're not. We're going to talk about chainsaws. Chainsaws! Yay! Our favorite topic. Chainsaws, guys. I don't think anybody. You should probably all just thinking to yourselves, that Wally is one dumbass. Jeannie Mac, you know. What, chainsaws. Of course it's chainsaws. I even wrote it down last week. No, week before. Whenever it was. Week before. But the hair's fairly growing back as well, isn't it? And the beard. I'm still in two minds whether or not to keep the beard. I don't know whether or not I'll shave it off again. But I'm probably going to keep the hair short. Short-ish. Or should I grow it for a year and then shave it? I'd probably be divorced. I'd probably be divorced after about 8 months. So, chainsaws, guys. Let's do it. Let's talk about firewood chainsaws. I'm talking about a chainsaw that you could use. Let's put it like this. What is, in your opinion, the ultimate firewood chainsaw? Let's talk about it. Let's do it. Let's get it out there. Get it into the comments, guys. I don't care what make it is, but you need an argument. You need a valid argument, okay, Roddy? Can't just say it as long as it's a still, okay? It needs to be. Well, there you go. There's Park in there with a still MS661. Now, you got to back it up. What is so good about the MS661? Come on, let me see it. An Echo CS620. Okay, guys, instead of just naming the saws, you're going to have to give me some background information on these saws as well. Okay, so what CC is the 661? What CC is the 620? Okay, you know, let me know. And why do you think? Will it pull a big bar? You know, does it have a lot of torque? Is it quick response? What makes you think that it is the best firewood saw? You know what I think is the best firewood saw out there, and there's none of you have named it yet, okay? And it's a Husky Tree series, okay? That's what I think. The 365 or the 372, those two saws, okay, I think are the best all-round firewood saws, okay? They got enough CCs to deal with almost everything. Okay, there's not a lot of stuff I'm going to be dealing with that is bigger. Okay, an MS 400. Well, you see, this is the thing, Andrew. It's going to be relative until to where in the. Hey, is Doug with you? Is Doug typing that? The 620 is 59.8 cc, and it can take a 27-inch bar. Really? Would that be a 27-inch bar pulling a full chain, or would that be a skip tooth chain? This is what, you know. Wow. Wow. That sounds like a big saw. Park, I'm talking it. That sounds like a big saw. Oh, no way. No way. Well, you see, here's the thing. 60%, 60 to 70% of the time my firewood saw is the 435, you know, so anything, well, at the minute, anything over 10 inches in width, okay, 12 inches maybe, I am going to be using the 365. And for me, the 365 is the perfect saw. Power to weight wise. And I suppose that's going to be the key, isn't it? It's going to be the power to weight ratio. That's what you're talking about. You know, so it can take a 24-inch bar. I run the 20-inch bar on it. I think that's the perfect size for it. Okay. 14-inch bar. You see, and that suits your needs. Do you know what I mean? 661. The 201T. That's the top handle saw, isn't it, Park? That's a handy little saw. They're handy little saws, you know. And you see, this is the thing. So a lot of people that I talk to that are tree surgeons and stuff like that will say, if you're in the tree, it's a still. If you're on the ground, it's a husky. Okay. You know, so I don't know. Lots of people have their preferences. Do you know what I mean? So for me, of course, I had that issue with still going back, and that's what put me on the Husqvarna. And when I got the Husqvarna, I had no issues, and that's why I stayed with Husqvarna. Yeah, that really is a pain in the arse, Simon. I would be really annoyed if somebody broke into and stole my saws, because it has taken me so long to acquire them. You know, it's not like I have a disposable income where I can go out and buy a new saw. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've never done. Well, no, I bought the 435, but I actually had to sell one saw and save up for like 4 months to buy that. So we have some huge trees, Mama. Huge trees, but all big hardwoods. So big oaks and big sycamores and big beech and stuff like that. Maybe, you know, 300 years old, stuff like that, and more. So that's, but we don't have any big softwoods, because the softwoods are not very prevalent here unless they've been planted for forestry. And if they're planted for forestry, they're not going to be over 60 years old. You know. Yes, exactly what Park's in. So the commercial trees are all under a certain size. So because they cut them in rotation. Yeah, and you even see a lot of boys just running 20 inches as well. Do you know what I mean? So you know, but as the new 5 series has progressed, you can see the guys running bigger bars, you know, as they've gone up in CC. I know, exactly. But guys, it has been a tiring week. It has been a tiring week, I tell you that. I have been I've been wrecked every day. Wrecked every day. I'm just slowly trying to get back to normal. And that's just the way of it, isn't it? It's like There you go, Wooly. I'm in the middle of the screen now. It's like you go on holidays and you come back and you need a holiday from the holiday because you're so tired. But on a 362, right? That must have ripped. That must have been great. Pretty much, Roddy. Pretty much. Well, Benjamin, I had a 562. Jesus Christ, Simon. That is a disaster. That is a disaster. The 550 and the 562 I have seen. The 572 I haven't seen, or the 592 or anything like that. I know Taz had one, Mama. He had a 592 with a full wrap handle and all that, man. It was a nice looking saw. But you know, like a saw that size for me is overkill. The 181 for me is overkill. It very rarely gets used. I sort of have to go out of my way to find a reason to use it. I must get down and cut off some of that beech from my body. You know, that would be an excuse to use it. And it's big. It's like 4 foot, 4 or 5 feet, you know, in thickness. Easily. And I wonder could I find that video? Probably not. Yes, of course I can. I can find it straight away. So it is like, yeah, that's a balls. That is a balls, you know. And the saw wasn't running right or anything at that stage, so I must really see if I can get it back into it and put a new chain on it and run it into that massive beech. So that beech there, looking just by the sorry guys, I'm not going to make any noise. I'm just going to. It's a pity we couldn't watch it together. That's big wood, boy. That was this tall. It's only like 3.5 feet. But that tree was probably 200 years old, 250 years old. There's no such thing as too many chainsaws, Mama has. No such thing. Unless there is such a thing as too small a shed, but that's something completely different. You know, not too many chainsaws. Yes. So overall, we all agree that the Husqvarna 365 is the best firewood chainsaw. Yes. Well, I think this is the way all these saws are going at the minute, isn't it? Is that all these? Now tell me this now. Here is the question. It is a big vodka, and that is the way to do it. When you're drinking vodka, you drink as much as possible, as quick as possible, and that's how you stay sober. Everybody knows that. Well, everybody in this house, on this side of the camera, knows that. So, what was I going to say? Okay, so MS500i, the MS500i, right? This is the saw, right? If I went out and got an MS500i and I started making videos with it, it would people are so into that saw, right? There's a guy who was making videos with that saw, and he's probably dead now. I don't know what the channel was called or anything like that, but the videos were mental, right? And it's one of those things that people are really interested in, really interested in. So if you go out and you start making videos, people are going to watch them. You know, it's going to blow up your channel, right? But are they any good? Are they? Like I've heard of issues, of serious issues with these saws. So yeah, the 500i is like a 1,200 quid saw, right? Let me just check it off the top of my head and see how much. They're £1,200. £1,200. Jesus Christ of Almighty. That is £400 more expensive than the first car I bought. Do you know what I mean? £1,210 sterling. Let me just tell you how much that is. That is $1,500. That's how much that costs. $1,500 if you were to buy one in sterling. Okay, that is an absolutely insane amount of money. Hexa chain. What's the hex? Is that the still hexa chain? And then there is the Husqvarna X cut. Is that something that has come out as well? I need new bars and chain. Problem being is that fuel is so expensive that any money that I'm making on YouTube, I'm spending on fuel. Yeah, I could do it a new bar and chain for the 365 Husqvarna. And is it the Hexa? I don't know, but I don't know. Here is the thing. When I buy chains, they cost me about £12 each. I did get some really nice Oregon chains a couple of years ago, but they were given to me by Oregon. Yeah, it could be. Has anybody tried it? Does it make that much of a difference? Is it a square ground chain? Is that what it is? I know it's hexagonal, but is it basically a square filed chain? That's hard to say. You know, so is that the thing? So can somebody let the dog out? Sorry. Yes, that's it. So you need a hex file. So you can't use a machine. Everything needs to be hand filed. That's the way it is, because you're never going to get a machine to replicate that moving back and forward. Okay, that's giving me a headache trying to think about that. So that's what I was thinking. So hexa. I need to go in and try it. I wonder how much it is. No. Husqvarna X cut. I don't know, guys. I'll have a look into the hexa chain for you because somebody had been on to me about that before. What happened to Dalmar chainsaws? I use Simon is road attack chains. I have an argon chain on. I have an argon chain on the 365, but the other two saws I have road attack chains and a road attack bar. Now I wasn't super impressed with the bars. Now they did start to delaminate fairly early. I would like to get a 24-inch bar for the 181. You see, so. Really? The bars are very heavy, Simon. Very, very heavy. But they cost 20 quid. Or it costs 80 to 100 quid for a Husqvarna bar. Do you know what I mean? So if there's I think there is a carbide chain, but you can't sharpen those things. You know, so like for your average Joe, me person who's not a forestry worker, who is not running nice. You know, for the average firewood guy who is not working in the firewood industry, who's not felling trees for a living or doing anything like that, you know, going to kill a dog now. This is it. It's just an evening of distractions. Okay. Oh, I thought the dogs were trying to kill somebody. I thought it was somebody breaking into the house or a dinosaur or something. At least it turns out that they were barking at the wind as they do. So, you know, where were we? Okay. The road attack stuff, right? And I don't know if the road attack stuff appears on the other side of the pond, guys. This is what I'm going to say, Simon. You beat me to it. Okay, so the road attack stuff, right? I think it in America it might be called war tech, right? Don't quote me on that. These are cheap chains, cheap bars. Okay, the bars are heavy. They're not the greatest. The 24-inch was actually chipping and delaminating a bit on me, and I had barely used it, and I have barely used it. So what? But for well, you see, this is what I'm going to say, Park, right? For the likes of somebody like myself, does it make that much difference? Does it? Right? I've road attack chains on the 435 and the 181, and I had them on the 365 for a long time as well. And I found that there was no issue with them whatsoever. Okay, it completely does the job, Diesel Man. You know what I mean? So, like, I think it was 2 chains for 20 quid, right? And if you bought 2 chains, you got free shipping, and that was off the Northern Arb Supplies website. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the first sharpen is hard. This is what I noticed on them. So they're coated in something. The first sharpen is very, very hard in them, but then after that they just sharpen like a normal chain. And I have to say I have had no issues with them. The only issues I have had have been outside influence issues, as in the 181 sharpening issue that I did a couple of videos on. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's not the chain's fault. That's the guy in the shop's fault. Do you know what I mean? So This is what I think. I actually haven't had that much of an issue with them. Not, I have noticed stretch and stuff, Simon, but I haven't. I like Andrew's thinking. I know what he means. So, you know, I've never noticed a massive issue on them stretching that much, right? This stretch a bit, yes, but then my Oregon chains stretch a bit as well. So I do have I have a fair few Oregon chains as well, and they are the same. I can't really tell a difference. The only difference between the chains, and that was a difference, is not a difference anymore. It was semi-chisel versus full chisel. But once I sharpen them, semi-chisel becomes full chisel. So I never really went out of my way to try and get it back to semi-chisel, So, so this is what I'm saying, and this is what I think. If I was going out and I was replacing bars on all my saws, I would put Oregon bars on them, right? On the 435, I have an Oregon aluminium core something bar that has been on it. I had a Husqvarna bar on that from the start, and it lasted about 8 months, right? And I was like, this bar is where I didn't know a lot about chainsaws at the time, and I was like, this bar is wearing out. I could tell from watching videos and stuff on YouTube. I could tell what was going on with it, and I got that Oregon bar. And the Oregon bar has been on it for 5 years. For 5 years, guys. It's just, and it's in very, very good condition. And I use the 435 a lot. If you're watching my videos, you know that I use them. Hang on, Park. I'll get you in a second. But as for chains, right? As for the chains, I don't know. The Rototech ones for me get the job done. Okay. Is there a longevity factor? Guys, I have about 50 chains. I when I'm picking one off, I have them set up in size order in the shed. When I'm picking one off, I don't look at what it is, if I'm changing a chain. And I very rarely change a chain. This is the thing. I'm more likely to sharpen a chain than to change it, unless I'm out somewhere and it's blunt as, and I have a spare chain with me and I need to swap it out. Do you know what I mean? So, Jesus, Park, I don't know, but I don't know. I've never used a Chinese chainsaw. I've never used one. My mate had one of those little Aldi or little Aldi ones, and it was a bit like a toy. Do you know what I mean? It was a bit like a toy. It had them little flick switches and all on it. The green one that was being sold in little Aldi, and it had the thinnest chain I've ever seen in my life. Do you know what I mean? No way, Ed. How's it going? Ed, did you send me this? Was this you? Good man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. I will read that. I give it a big shout out at the start. I wasn't sure if it was somebody whose name was actually Ed or whose channel name was Ed or what the crack was. So thank you very much. Much appreciated. Guys, so this is the thing, right? Okay. There's cheap Chinese and then there's cheap Chinese, isn't there? Right. There's different levels of everything that comes from China. Don't worry about it, Ed. Jesus, we're talking about chainsaws. Really? Okay. Parkside. Parkside. That is it. That is it. Yes. Okay. I would agree on the saw side of things, right? So that would be an interesting test, Pork, wouldn't it? To put the two chains side by side, a Rototech chain and an Oregon chain, and to see which one lasts the longest. I have no idea how you would make that a fair comparison. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Peppy, how's it going? No, we haven't even started talking about ice cream, but let's talk about ice cream right now. Let's talk about chainsaw flavored ice cream, two-stroke flavored ice cream. So you know, how would you do that? How would you go about testing that? I'm open to suggestions. That is something I would like to see. Is a Rototech chain or a Wartech or a cheap Chinese chain, will it last as long as an Oregon chain or a Sugihara? I didn't know Sugihara made chains as well. Aspen ice cream, eh? Do you know? I'm open to suggestions. I like mint chocolate chip ice cream. It is actually my favorite ice cream in the world. I am open to suggestions. What do you think, Park? How could you test the chains? I would love to see that. Two brand new chains. What do you do? Oh, I get you. Yeah. Listen, the bars are crap. It's not the bars I'm talking about. No. There's no comparison between the bars. The Scotland versus Ireland in the morning. In what? In football or in rugby? If it's potato ice cream. Yes. I would agree, Andrew. I would agree. Oh, the Fitba. The Fitba. Yeah, that might work. Simon, that might work. It's just, it's like splitting wood. I go out and I do these wood splitting videos, and they're always tongue in cheek. I don't know if that comes across in the videos where I'm testing one axe against the other, because there is no scientific way that you can test one axe against the other unless you are repeatedly splitting exactly the same piece of wood with exactly the same force. So that's the thing. Uh, Guinness sort of is ice cream, Peppy. It's not far away from it. It's sort of like a slushy. It's like melted ice cream. Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. But like if you put it like this, right? Say the average price of a still of an Oregon chain is 20 quid. And the average price of a Rototech chain is 10 quid. So you get two for the price of one. So are the two chains going to outlast the one chain? Do you know what I mean? It'd be complicated enough. 4-course meal. That's exactly what it is. 4-stroke Chinese chainsaw. Well, do you know what, guys? I would probably break it. I would probably break it. So no, like Park. I'm just trying to come up with ways. How could you compare them? Do you know what I mean? It's interesting. It's interesting. Okay, show of hands, guys, in the comments. What chains do you use? Just put it in there. At the minute, the last saw you used, what chain was on it? You see, that could be the thing, Pork. That could be the thing. And what, because the temper could be different on the chain. So the chain, the more expensive chain, let's imagine the chain as a knife, okay? To put it into context, right? Imagine the Oregon chain is a more expensive knife, The Rotatech chain is a cheap Chinese knife, because basically that's what they are, right? Okay, it's a load of little knives moving through the wood at speed. Is the heat treat going to be better on the Oregon chain than it is on the Rotatech chain? If the heat treat is better, that means it is going to stay sharper for longer. Yes, that's what I would think. So oh, I'd love to. I'd love to. I can't afford them. I can't justify it. This is the thing. I can't justify spending that amount of money on a chainsaw bar. You know, so it's, you know, especially the way everything is. I think Husky is Oregon as well, yeah. Except for maybe the new stuff. And how was the X cut? So listen, this is what I'm thinking. I might grab some chains and test some chains. I'm thinking of the Husqvarna X cut and the Hexa chain. That's what I have, Peppy. That's the chain that I use mostly on the Frankensaw on the 365, right? Really? Like the chain snapped? I've never had a chain snap. That's crazy. It's the 50cc. The 50cc Parkside saw. That's what he's talking about. The one that's in Aldi at the minute. Oh, guys, I'm still running. Still running after the love it. Thank you very much. I'm still running after my holiday, but it was fantastic to get away. I literally spent 7 days in a swimming pool. I think I'll probably go with an Oregon bar. I think from my own personal experience, that aluminium core Oregon bar is just bomb proof. It just is just good, you know. And I think I bought a bar and chain combo, so I might see if I can get one of them again. You know, and for a little while, Oregon were sort of nibbling at my neck a little bit, but they seem to have gone a little bit cold. I don't know why. God knows. It could be my stunning good looks, or my oozing Irish charm. You know, it could be any of those things. But listen, guys, I'm going to leave it there for this evening. It is nice to be back. Plenty more videos, guys. I have videos lined up already in the can for at least a month. So God knows what is coming out. And I have videos. I have raw footage I haven't even edited yet that I shot 2-3 weeks ago. So there's plenty there. €50cc saw, 18-inch bar, €110. It cost me €180 to fill my tank. When will it ever end? I don't even know how you would do that. How you would stress test a saw. I have no idea. Maybe I need to go to Google for a little while. Guys, listen. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for watching. It's good to be back. Ed, thank you very much for the book. Love it. I haven't read it yet, but I love it. Thank you for the gift. It is much appreciated. It is thoughtful. I love it. Guys, stay frosty.